Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ken Sargent, aka Level 92 here. So we just got done with a movie premiere by Mr. James Dean, aka the productions of Monster Kid. We just watched Absolution. It is incredible. For those of you that kind of like those very gritty story, and there's a few laughs in there, but at the same time, there's still more of a story to it. It had an amazing cast. We got a few casts over in here, and I gotta say, I've met these guys before and some other movies with him and some other producers and directors, but this was definitely a great thing. And we're here at the Chase Plaza Hotel. We're here in the cinema spot. It's like 403. I've never been here. I've never been here in this area. I've been in another room for another event a while back, and it was really cool to kind of come here, have some good quality time in the cinema. And knowing James Dean, I met him a few years ago, and I've seen how he's done his movies. I've seen the quality. I've seen a lot of themes, and I see how the tone that he has for his movies. Now, of course, for those of you that like horror films, especially with like blood, gore, and all that, there's a lot in there, not as much. There's a few in certain scenes, but it's still just a great movie. And we got one of the participating actors, one behind me. We got one over here. Sir, will you come here, please? Real quick. we gotta get this interview, so go ahead and hold this. How you doing, my man? What's your name? And please tell us your character in the movie.
My name is Joel Anthony. I play the character Thick.
All right. Now, of course, like I said, great movie, lots of dynamic, lots of character development. So, you've been working with James Dean for quite some time now when it comes to movies.
This is actually my second film with James.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is my second.
So, being able to kind of have the role as one of the members, right? So, how's that been through your head? Like, did you ever go through like method acting? Did you like read your character and kind of think, range, style, just personality?
I mean, this one was a little different for me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it's not uncommon for people to want me to play some kind of thug. That's not uncommon. But the dynamic of this one was different. Like I'll be honest, typically they want me to play like an actual like hood thug, where this one is more the gang that I was in was more diverse.
Right.
So I mean, it was basically feeling everyone else's energy and feeding off of that.
So now, have you ever done method acting before playing a character?
Once. There was one character that I did fully immerse myself in. That was actually for what? On second thought, there were two. There was one where that was actually a stage play. I was playing a slave.
Oh wow.
I was playing a slave who killed his slave master with his bare hands.
Oh wow.
However, that's the complexity of it.
That's dark.
The complexity of that slave master was actually his father figure. He actually regarded him as a father figure. Okay. So for that one, like I said, that was stage play. And then there's another one that I absolutely love playing. I would love to play again. This character, Leonard Smalls, in the film Static.
Okay. I like that. So being able to see Absolution on the big screen, seeing you play your character and just going all over your scenes, just knowing your lines, how does it feel to watch that, man?
You know what? Every time I see myself on the screen or every time I come to a premiere, it's always very exhilarating. It's like, oh my God, I actually did this. I was actually a part of something else. So like I said, it's exhilarating. It's almost like the first time every time.
Well, like I said, man, I think for a lot of people, when they haven't played, certain roles, it does take a lot out of you. I mean, I could be on the comedy side, but I could definitely like to try out some ranges. I want to definitely try out like serious roles, and it will be kind of hard. I will admit that, but it would be still cool to see that transformation. And like I said, you did great in your role. I laughed at every one of your jokes, man. Even all the hits, the hits you took. Spoiler alert, you took it like a champ. Now, but like I said, man, you did an excellent job. Now, where can we find you? Where can we find Absolution? Where can we find all your links?
For Absolution, you need to talk to James about that. But for my links, I'm Joel Anthony on Facebook. I'm actor Joel Anthony _12 on IG.
All right. Well, thank you so much, my man.
Appreciate it.
Once again, definitely a good job. Hope to see you in some new projects. All right.
Oh, for sure. There's more in the pipeline.
All right, coolie. Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Clayton, real quick, and I'm going to get to these guys soon. Now, of course, we gotta introduce this man right here,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Clayton
yeah.
Norton, one of
Yeah.
St. Louis's prestigious
Hello.
men when it comes to locations of films, and
Sure,
also
yeah.
being in the film for that matter. You definitely have some good spots in there. 'Cause I think a lot of people, when it comes to film, they use your spots and your properties.
Oh yeah. Well, the rates are good, and I mean, I just say I got to have my mug in the movie, so it's not a bad deal.
Now, being able to be working alongside James Dean and knowing James Dean for quite some time and seeing how he does his films and everything else between, what has been something that really caught your attention with him?
I don't know. He's a smart guy. He's got his stuff together, because I mean, there's a lot of people out there want to make movies, and when I listen to James talk and see what he's done with all the people that he's gathered up for the team, he's got it going on, and I mean that's why we're here not tonight.
Definitely.
He's putting these things together, so he's got a couple movies under his belt, and I want to see some more, definitely.
If speaking of it, this is night 2.
This is another one of his movies too. In case you didn't notice the shirt right
This
here,
is night 2. We already had night 1. I had other obligations going on, so I was kind of lucky to be fortunate to come here. Let alone this very nice theater, really, really nice theater. Now, of course, with people when it comes to film, and they say, "Hey, Clayton, I need your location. Can we do one?" Like, is it kind of like an easy yes, or is it a process?
Well, I mean, right now, we're not booked up all year, so we got some openings. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, we got lots of openings, and I love to get myself in a film, see if my locations get in there as well. But primarily, yeah, locations is what I offer, and see if we can make some St. Louis films even better with giving them opportunities for different places, and I love supporting that.
Yeah, because of course, for RJ Network and friends, we always been using his spots for parties. Of course, they got
Lots
the
of
haunts.
parties. Yeah, lots
Now,
of
of
parties.
course, also
the haunted house. Yes.
Also, I do want to point this out. We was at the last premiere for this last year at another location. He's got his one movie that we all saw, and it was just funny. Right here.
Oh, Triple X's. Yes, of course. Yes.
It's a Christmas movie, but not in the way you would think.
Yeah, it's not a typical Christmas movie. It is a sight to behold. Love it. It was a great movie, though. Great movie.
But now seeing Absolution in the big screen, seeing you in it, seeing your locations.
Oh yeah.
Like, what goes on in your head?
It's just a joy to see that, and then of course, I love to see all the people here tonight. They're all in the film, and he's works with a lot of the same actors, and it's good to see these guys, these guys and ladies on the screen.
Right.
Multiple times, so I can see everybody's super excited.
Yeah, because we
And
definitely.
I think there's good things in the future for the film to get out to more people as well.
And I think being close acquainted with some of these cast members, we definitely gonna be seeing them more. So it's definitely definitely fun to see these guys, play their roles, play the characters, have chemistry, dynamic, and just so much, quality in the movie. But yeah, it's definitely cool to see you on the big screen, bro.
Yeah, well, hey, you too.
We got more. We definitely got more. So once again, I just want to thank you for letting these people use properties for films and shorts and everything else in between. So where can we find your stuff? Like, where can we find your links? How can we learn about more of your locations?
Yeah, my name's Clayton Norton. I have the Sawmill West Alton. Right now it's just a Facebook page, but we're running the haunted house there. That's basically the location to find me. So come out to the haunt this fall. Or, like I said, look me up on Facebook, Clayton Norton, and see if I can provide a location for some movie needs. So, yep.
Y'all need something from him. You call him, text him, get to him. He's got a lot of great locations that he's been doing for years, and again, it's just a pleasure to really see how that work out. So, thank you, Mr. Clayton.
Thank you, Keen.
All right.
All right, brother. You better have to take that back.
I got you, bro. Now we want to get the lead man in here. By all means, looking like a multicolored crayon. This is the lead man, Mr. John. How you doing, John?
I am doing quite well, sir, and yourself.
I'm feeling good, man. You are definitely like just showing out, bro. Like we matching here.
Hey, how often do you get a movie premiere?
Oh man!
I mean, come on, you gotta look hot.
Especially like in St. Louis, man.
Oh,
it's
God,
always
yes.
a thing.
Oh yes. such a beautiful town, and we're in the Chase, and oh lordy, and it's been such a fun 2 nights with this show.
Oh, definitely. I wish I would have went the first night, but I had an obligation. So
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
understand.
it's cool.
It's cool.
Full packed house once again. So now you're being the lead in here. You know, now you've been doing a lot of acting. Your resume is just like skyrocketing right now.
Well, a lot of stage work. I recently got into film. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, being able to work with James Dean over the time and being able to kind of really see how he does his work, how he, connects and just really bonds with his cast. How's that been for you over the years?
Um, it's been good. My first film with James was Fontaine and the Vengeful Nun.
Ah, yes. That was amazing.
I was
film.
the Nazi torture doctor.
Yeah, there was some in there.
That was fun. Little scenes, got to hammer a finger off. Now we won't go into that. But
don't spoil too much.
but it was he was good to work with in that, and we kind of hit it off. And then he says, "Hey, I got this role for you," and it kind of went for. He was so good to work with. He was very understanding. I mean, I'm 70 years old, so I've got
rocking.
some limitations.
You're still rocking out here,
but I'm still rocking. But he was, and he just brought out good stuff. I mean, we'd run through it, and try it like this,
Now, but kind of going down the line, for all his movies that he's done, I've seen a few over the years, but like he always has a theme. He always has a certain style to his productions.
Right.
Like again, because there's a lot of grit, there's a lot of comedy. You had your jokes in, everyone else had their jokes in, so like it's a mixture.
It was a good mix. It had enough blood and guts to be gritty, but there's humor, there's ethos, whatever. The care between the old man and Joey was really, I could really feel it when we were working on that.
Like the father-daughter type
kind of thing. Yeah.
And kind of now doing the action scenes, that was not a stunt double. I'm pretty sure that was you doing all the stunts.
Yep, I did all my own stunts and paid for it the next day on a couple occasions. But
again, when you're like of age and you still do your own stuff, like legendary, structured. This dude's built like Hercules.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far, but and again, James was very considerate of my age as far as setting up the falls and how we did, and Brian helped, of course, with that. But they were, the whole crew was great to work with.
Now, and like I said, I've been hearing some good things about James Dean. Now, is it true that he's a good man?
He is.
I like that. I definitely love that, man. Well, I definitely want to see more stuff with you in it because honestly, you knew how to kind of be a character. You knew how to take care of yourself, and honestly, you really bonded with all the cast and everything.
Well, thank you. I had a great time with it.
Well, hey, you keep doing your thing, my man. Now, where can we find you, Mr. John? Where can we find your next projects?
Well, I'm on Facebook, and that's about I haven't figured out the other ones yet. I'm still working on them, but I'm on Facebook, and I try to keep up to date on things. And if I get involved with something, I'll let you know.
Hey, like I said, man, do your thing, man. Stay up, man.
Hell yeah.
I love this guy. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, because this dude been rushing in, Brian, get over here. Get over here. The sharp man. How's it going, buddy? All right. So now, for those of you that do not know Brian, martial artist. I got a compliment like in 2 seconds. All right, thank you. But yeah, for those of you that may not know Brian, martial artist, his own self-master, he's self-taught. Yeah, has a lot of students and stuff. Now, of course, you've been behind the camera. You've been doing a whole lot of acting. Of course, your own action scenes. Being able to see this on the big screen. How you feel about this one?
I actually enjoyed it. It's definitely in the grindhouse genre, which I love. You know, that's one of the things because you never take anything too seriously. So that's one of the biggest things that I like about this film. Um, Granted, I love my part, but at the same time, the seeing it on the big screen, it's a great experience. You know, so my whole thing is when I see the audience enjoying themselves with, especially with like little small jokes that get put in there, that get placed in there, and you hear a couple of chuckles, and then you hear some real good laughs. You know, I think that's cool.
See, again, that's what really caught my attention. Like there was a lot of mixture, like emotions and just humor and grit. You know, like you look at like a slash movie, right? You think, okay, pure horror, go figure. But like this right here, I didn't really see a lot of horror, but I saw like thriller moments, if I could say that. But you know, like with your character per se, like it's basically something that you fit well with. You knew how to kind of learn your act, you learn your role, and also was there the stunts? That's all you.
Yeah.
All the stunts you do is real.
Yeah.
He didn't hit nobody.
No, I didn't hit anybody.
I hope not.
I am a professional fight choreographer, but I did do all my stunts. I didn't have no stunt doubles or anything like that. But as far as I heard you say self-taught, now the acting definitely self-taught because I'm not formal. But at the same time, martial arts. I've been in martial arts for 41 years.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been doing that for a while. But yeah, man, stunts, the action scenes that I'm in, yeah, it's all me.
And working with James, like y'all been close like very very long, and I think
That's
that
my dude,
the
great
chemistry,
director.
like for a lot of casts, they have, hey, that's my favorite director, that's my favorite producer, like the bond and the chemistry from like cast and crew,
Yeah.
it's strong. It is like a link chain,
Yeah.
and y'all been going headstrong for years. So like
Mm.
being able to work with James so many times, do you ever think like there's no one better than him? Do you ever think like he's always knowing what he's doing?
For what he does, for his style of film, hands down, he's like one of the best. Like, I consider him a brother, because I have known him for so long. As a matter of fact, he was the one that really motivates me. Kind of pushes me towards a lot of the roles that I choose. So I mean, how can I not say this director is like one of the best? I mean, come on now.
He always gives himself a good crew, man. He definitely knows his people. He keeps in touch with them, and he just says, "Hey, I'm gonna get a role with you in there." You definitely did an amazing job. I definitely love your character. You really, you definitely had like a good personality and range with your attitude and your style, man. So
Appreciate
by
that,
all
man.
means, you did a good job, dog.
To the next one.
Now, any upcoming projects? Where can we find any links? What we got next in the chamber?
Actually, during the course of right before the film, they did show a preview to a Western called Down the Long River, which is going to be freaking amazing. We have a lot of great actors and actresses, and James is actually a part of that as well. And I think it should be coming out pretty soon, but I'm not gonna tell everybody about it. I want everybody to see the trailer.
I seen the preview. I know one person in there personally.
See my part. I mean, I love my character. I mean, it's great.
You gotta love your character.
Yeah. So
you gotta love your role sometimes.
Yeah.
And even if you range out and think, "Oh, I can't do it," work it, practice it. Method acting.
Yes,
that's the thing.
And one of the cool things about this Western, I get a chance to show my dad. My dad is a Western nut. So basically, this is the first Western I've done, and I get a chance to pay it forward. Sit there and show my pops, and then he get a chance to see his son doing his thing.
Daddy, watch your boy. I love that.
See me, pops.
I love that, man. Wait, like I said, congratulations, man. You definitely do an amazing job on your stuff. So keep up the good work. Keep doing your thing, man, and just live the dream.
Cool.
Live it up.
All right, Logic Martial Arts out. I'll see you guys.
Right on.
All right, my dude. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, boss.
Now we might as well get the director. I'm pretty sure we'll get more cast here, but I do want to get the director in here real quick. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, St. Louis's very own Monster Kid Productions, Mr. James Dean.
Thank you for coming out, and thank you for look at this guy. Look how amazing you look.
Mommy, I just Now, of course, now we've been knowing each other for a little bit, and honestly, I'm very familiar with your work. I'm very familiar with your style, and you definitely have like so much in the chamber where it's like, okay, when it's a James Dean movie, you kind of know what to expect, but you don't know how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
So, well, all the movies I've seen so far in theater, this is the second one I've seen in theater. With this one, it was a lot different. There was a lot of mixtures. You know,
it was different. Yeah.
You have the humor. You had like the grit. You had like serious moments. So, what was the thing that caught your attention when it comes to making the blueprint for this movie?
So, I mean, so we shot this one second, but it was released third. And I just wanted to tell a slightly different story. I wanted to be more serious, still have some exploitation, but not be purely exploitation or like grindhouse. You know?
Right.
And at the core of it, I wanted to tell a story about a person that had regrets about early in their life, because I feel like everybody can relate to that, and I know I could relate to that, about ways I treated people when I was younger, or ways that, relationships or anything like that. And this individual, the lead character, played by John Mefford, that was exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted that character to have an addiction, and also just have all this guilt and all this baggage that he was carrying, and having to navigate that. And then he thinks everything is over for him, and then something happens, and he realizes maybe not everything is over.
Right.
So yeah. And I thought it's the fastest I ever wrote a script. I wrote it for the first draft. I wrote it in 2 weeks, and for me that's fast, because I usually take 6 months to write a script. Like the new one.
It takes a while, yeah.
Yeah, usually. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there were revisions, and I always send out for notes and whatnot. But I definitely, it just like flowed out of me. It was really wild. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, with your work, you definitely know how to kind of put stuff together. And you definitely have like an amazing cast and crew, and just so many great people all together. You know how to give these guys, and you find the role like just for that. Like, hey, I want you to be this. Hey, I want you to be that. Like, you just gotta know where to put somebody. Right.
I think one of my strongest suits is attracting talent to me. I know that you can look at all the amazing actors that were in the film, and getting them to come around and be part of it, like that's a lot,
Definitely.
And then having them trust you, that's huge. So I think that's one of my biggest talents, is being able to attract talent. Look around. I mean,
well, I mean, I think for a lot of actors and actresses and people that do crew, you got the faith to write down a paper, kind of plan everything out in between, and just say, okay, this is my finished project. Now to get the cast, y'all do rehearsals, y'all go over it over and over, and then you film for months, maybe years. There's movies that have been done like years later, but when it comes out and it's done, even for like a short length of time, for all the time filming, and then max at 2-3 hours, whatever, as a film, it's a beauty.
It is.
Yeah. It's cinema magic.
It's a really cathartic feeling when it's done and it's out there, especially when you've been working on it for a very long time, like you just said.
and like I said, being able, because you've seen most of your stuff on the big screen. We definitely you've been doing that for a while. So being able to see this, seeing like the chemistry with the cast and the people.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that came to mind?
As far as
like just being able to really watch a lot of good like combinations in this movie.
The first thing that come to mind for me, as far as this movie, I think the chemistry, and like chemistry that isn't between like a romantic relationship, but the chemistry on screen between people that are like father-daughter relationship, if you will. And I don't think that is so much something I did, other than bringing people together that are fantastic.
Right.
I think I think a lot of directing is in the casting. And I think casting John Mefford and Mariana Garcia Montez. Sorry.
It's in there, but the other way around.
I get nervous. So casting those two individuals, I think, went a long direction. But it's not just the cast. Also, it's like all the crew also, and the director of photography, Daniel Garza, was one of the 2 DPs in the film.
It definitely worked out.
Yeah.
All that worked out really, really well put together. And seeing like certain angles and like pan shots, I was like, man, they really thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up all the way. I wouldn't do the other one, but this might drop. But yeah, like I said, you definitely have like a great cast. You definitely have a
Yeah.
good crew, and seeing your movies. For me personally, I like a lot of people that have talent in that craft to put it together, and to being able to get more people, like packed house. By the way, to see this, a packed house twice.
Yeah.
I didn't make it the first night, but this is the second night. Packed house.
They told me we outsold Mission Impossible both nights.
Tom Cruise, I'm sorry.
Just saying. Just saying.
Tom Cruise, you're a great actor, but I'm sorry. You got to take the win right now. Well, like I said, man, it's been an honor to really see a lot of your stuff kind of just be out there, and to have a lot of, St. Louis people, Illinois, like anywhere within the nation come see this. It's definitely just a pleasure to really see your work, see these casts, see how they, work together to make one beautiful piece of cinema.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Thank
man.
you.
Now, where can we find you? What you got coming up in the chambers? Like, what's your next project?
So the next film we're working on is it's a love letter to Giallo films. So it's like a 60s, 70s proto slasher, like half slasher, half investigation kind of thing.
I like that.
And we're in pre-production on it. We're launching Indiegogo on June 2nd. So depending on when this comes out, yeah.
Get with this man, y'all. If you have not seen his movies or not seen like any of his work, take the time. Take the time to really see his movies. Take the time to really see his craft, know his cast, know his crew. He is amazing.
You can go to monsterkidfilms.com. It'll lead you to me and to all of us, and monsterkidfilms.com. That's the easiest way. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
James.
Thank you.
The director.
Thank you.
Director, producer, all that is to make everything happen. Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you, Keenan. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna get the other lead in here. Come on now. Don't be shy. Honey, don't be shy. You've been on camera. How you doing, honey?
Good. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Now, I want to kind of know on my perspective. You done film before.
Yes.
Now, have you done like a lot over the years?
I have done a little bit of short films, but this was actually my very first feature film that has come out. So it is nice to take a trip back in time and kind of like see how it is and stuff.
Right. Now, I look at this and I think, okay, when you got like the young stars, and that's gonna be a blooper reel, by the way. So being able to see the young stars kind of go on the big screen and having like a whole lot of character roles, and then going on to be a lead or a co-lead or whatever, how did it feel to be working with James Dean and seeing this on the big screen?
Yeah, honestly, this was the first time that I got to take time and actually put like work and effort into a character that I had time to really take a bit to see who I wanted to make her be, and taking a second from doing short films where you don't really have that time to kind of make a character as fully as what you want in a feature film was really amazing to take the time. James did a great job explaining what he really, really wanted from Joey, and it was nice to see his constructive criticism, what he wanted and what he wanted to take away from her. So it was really nice to be able to build her up to who she was, and she doesn't really say a lot of much in the film either, so being able to show it with facial expressions or just connections with other characters is really kind of how she told her story for the most part.
Right. Now, being an actress,
Yes.
you're never nervous. I hope not.
At times it can get to you. I think as an actress, you're always nervous. As an actor, you'll always be nervous no matter what you do, but it's about taking that nervousness and taking it and putting it into a different emotion and making it feel the way you need it to be.
One day. Now, being able to learn your character, learning, the role, learning your the traits and all that. How do you prepare yourself? Whether it be a short, whether it be a movie, how do you prepare yourself to take the role and then just, bam, this is not me, it's her.
Yeah, honestly, this film had a lot of things that I was not familiar with at all. It was a little bit more of a gritty movie, so putting myself in that environment was something that I wasn't really capable of doing in real life, but reading a lot, referencing a lot of movies, he had a lot of inspiration of like what he kind of wanted the movies to kind of feel like and look like, and really referencing those and bringing out what I had seen from that. It was a great opportunity, and James actually had great opportunities for me to really learn and feel comfortable on set and the environment that I was in, and kind of grow through that. So honestly, it was a lot of in the moment stuff and a lot of just really referencing a lot of things that he had sent me and chose for me. And I actually had to do a lot of work on my own of how to do certain things. Like I had never really smoked anything in that time of my life. So really learning how to do that was was a funny thing. You know, who has to learn how to do that for a film? But
Ooh, I'm telling.
I had to learn.
I'm telling.
But I mean, at this point,
You're so wrong.
it was a lot of big kid stuff for me at the time. But it was great for me to even have the opportunity to learn it and take a serious character moment and change it and have a good time with it. But
Well, you definitely did great. I definly love the action scenes that you've done in there, and you
Thank
definitely
you.
had like you knew how to kind of like switch your emotions to like to
Yes.
oh my god, and then you get mad. Like you knew how to kind of really read not really the lines, but like you knew how to read the room, if I can say
Yes,
that,
the
and to kind of
emotion,
learn what your character's supposed to feel.
Yes.
You know, you're confused. You just got in this type of predicament. So
Yes.
hey, I gotta be sad. It hurts, you know. So now, also, like at the same time, being able to work with James, you know, how's it been? Like really working with a full-on director like this?
James honestly has been truly amazing. I can thank him so much. If I hadn't had this opportunity on this film, I really wouldn't have tons of other opportunities. I met a really amazing group of friends that I had become really good friends with. I've had opportunities to even help him behind the camera when he's given me those chances, and I really actually really love behind the camera. So James has given me so much opportunity to grow and build me as a person, and honestly, he's just an amazing person like that, and I can't say anything but thank you so much, James.
There's dogs. Oh my god. They can saw the movie.
I know.
But yeah, no, like I said, you definitely did amazing. You know, I definitely love your character, your background, and the chemistry
Thank
and
you,
the
thank
tricks that
you.
you did. It was really believable. You know, it's
Thank
very
you.
believable. You never had a lot of style. You never have a lot of like, you know, charisma with your stuff.
Yes.
And hey, listen, we make it out through a whole movie like that. That right there, that's work. That is work on
Thank you.
clock. Time. Man.
Absolutely.
So I do want to say congratulations.
Yes,
You
thank
did an
you so
amazing
much.
job.
Thank you. Thank you for having time to chat and everything.
Always. Now, where can we find you? What's next? What's going up for your films and everything else in between? What you got going up?
Currently, I'm working on James's third film, or his fourth film right now. So we're working on pre-production for that. You can go to Monster Kid Productions to see his stuff. But I'm currently finishing up a couple of short films. My very first director debut came out along with this film as well. So we're working on our other short film that's coming out hopefully later next year as well. But you can find me on most platforms. It's just Mariana Garcia Montes, and everything surely will pop up from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on here, and definitely, like I said, a lot of good cast and a lot of good people came through. So thank you once again, honey.
Thank you so much. All right, have a good one.
You too. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that'll be wrapping up for tonight. Now, of course, like I said, it's just been an honor and a privilege to watch James Dean and doing his work, and to see a lot of these casts and crews, and being able to sit in the theater, enjoy some popcorn and a drink, and just watching all that magic come together. So it's definitely been amazing. So to Monster Kid Productions, you guys are always doing an amazing job. To the producers, to the makeup artists, to costume designers, do special effects, all that, camera, everything in between. It's always amazing to see this. So who knows what we got next for James Dean in the Chamber? There's going to be a whole lot of things coming up for him, let alone for a lot of talented people in St. Louis. So by all means, it's been an honor and privilege to cover this premiere for him. This is night 2, like I said, but I didn't make it to the first one. But being able to come out with some great friends and to just enjoy the night. So you guys are definitely going to have a great moment to really see James Dean. If those of you have not seen him, have not worked with him, by all means, your chance will come. So you guys, y'all have a good night. And as always, it's definitely a pleasure to do some amazing things. Y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all that. You know what it is. Of course, find James Dean, find monsterkids.com, everything else in between. And just love the cast. Support the talent, support the craft, and just be amazed of what comes together, and everything shall be beautiful. So this is King Sargent, aka 1192, signing out, and I'll see y'all when I'm gonna see y'all. Peace out. Good night.